of a best-selling author? Well, let's dive into that because to become a best-selling author, you really need to have the mindset. That's where it all starts. So the very beginning is you have to, I always say, like, visualize what does it feel like to be a best-selling author? I tell our authors, envision yourself walking into the room that you've published your book and it's hit number one. What does that really feel like? How are you walking? How are you standing? What does it feel like? What are people saying to you? So that's the beginning of the bestseller mindset. So you've got to start with that in mind and actually own it. It's that visualization of what it feels like when you have hit that. You've written every single word, you've done the work, you've done the marketing, you've worked with a great team, and you're owning it. I tell people you stand a little taller, your shoulders are back a little more. You can pat yourself on the back. And it's amazing what people will say to you when they hear that you've written a book and published a book and becoming a best selling author. Now, to get there, it takes a lot of resilience. It doesn't just happen overnight, and you're going to have pitfalls. So, what do you do when you're starting to write your book and you've just stopped and you're frustrated? You don't feel like it's going to happen. And, this happens all the time. You lose your mojo. So, what we say is try and put it on your schedule. So, if you have it scheduled, that's number one, that you're going to get the writing done. Number two, make sure you work with somebody who's accountability coach, a book writing coach, a publishing company. Because let me tell you, there's just times where you're just in a rut. You feel like, is this good enough? I don't know if I'm in the right direction or not. So get stuff in your mind that's telling you you're in the right direction. Work with a book writing coach or publishing house that provides that for you, that makes sure you're going in the right direction. It can give you that, you know, inspiration and motivation and answer the questions you need so you know you're going in the right direction. I would say that's one of the biggest things you should have is have that accountability person, even if it's a friend that's saying, "You're doing a great job. Come on, you can do this. You've got this." And make sure you put it on your schedule that you are writing when times that's great for you. And hey, hey, I just had COVID again recently and it knocked me down and I didn't get things done that I wanted to get done, but that's okay. Give yourself some grace and say, I'm not where I thought I was going to be. Let me start over and do it again, whether it's with writing or even marketing your book. Because sometimes authors come to us, they've done all the work, they've published their book, but no one even knows it's out there. I just looked at a book recently that an author published, gosh, like 6 months ago, and it hadn't even registered in categories yet on Amazon. That means nobody has bought it. So if your book has no categories in the ebook category, paperback category, or hardback or audiobook categories, that means not enough people have bought it for even to populate categories that it should be in on Amazon. So don't get discouraged. Again, there's always tomorrow that you can start new marketing for your book. You can do content marketing for it, post it on social media, contact us, and we can do a bestseller campaign. And that really gives your book a shot. So it gets people to buy it. Know that people know that you have your book out there. There's so many things that go into that. So that's also in the mindset is giving yourself some grace and know tomorrow is another day and this too shall pass, that you can still be a best-selling author. You just have to put the work in and have the right people behind you when you're doing it. So also another way is to connect to your audience. Are there ways that you can improve your writing or make your book better? What can make it more engaging? So I always suggest use beta readers. So if you've gotten to the stage where you have your book rough draft is done, then give it to some beta readers so they can do it. So what is a beta reader? It's someone who would be your ideal reader that's in your network. But you don't want it to be like your mom or your children or your husband because they're not going to be strong enough to give you the answers that you really need. They're going to soft sell it and oh, mom, we love it. It's great, right? They might not tell you the truth of what you really need to know about your book. So I suggest giving it to the beta reader so you can make those changes. And that helps you get the confidence that you're going in the right direction. So the other thing that we talked about earlier is making sure you research and work with the right people. Here at Elite Online Publishing, we help you with just going from an idea all the way to writing your book with VIP book creation day. We have book coaches and ghostwriters and editors on our team. And then we have a fantastic publishing team that we make sure all the I's and T's are crossed. Again, I looked at that same book that had been out for 6 months. It didn't have any A plus content. So if your publisher tells you it doesn't know what A plus content is, please do not hire them. And I didn't have an author page either. It wasn't connected to his bio and his picture and all of his links. So make sure you're working with credible people that have a history. You've checked out their background. And if their web page looks like it was generated by AI, please do not work with that company. That's just going to be someone who's going to take your money and you're not going to get anything produced for you or get a book produced for you. So really be careful. Do your legwork. See if they have people like me talking on YouTube and social media that you know they're real people and they have testimonials from authors that are real people. So make sure you do that. So, having a great mindset is the number one thing to make sure you hit a bestseller. So, own your book. Think about how great your book is going to be. Know that it's going to be wonderful in the beginning. So, if you envision yourself as being a best-selling author, walk the walk, feel that way, get it into your mind, body, and your nervous system, and work with a great team. And be diligent from the book writing part. Make sure you put it on your calendar. Give yourself some grace if you don't hit your milestones and the things you want to do. Tomorrow is always another day. You can get back at it. And that goes for the same of marketing your book. You can always remarket your book. It's there for your lifetime. You can always do book signings, do several book signings a year. So remember, if you're not where you're at with your book, get a team like Elite Online Publishing and we can help work with you. Reach out to us at our website or connect with us on any of our social media. We have a submission form there and we're happy to meet with you one on one and see if we can help you. And you're a great client for us. We'll see you next time. Watch our other videos and good luck. Keep writing and keep publishing books.